Welcome to Sales Connections with Jorgie. This is the inaugural, this is the first episode, and I am so excited and delighted to bring Sales Connections to you. I am actually here today with my producer who is going to make sure that I go through this seamlessly. My very first one, his name is Bershawn Clark, and he is going to be producing all of the episodes. And he is really amazing with ideas for me, helping me through it, making sure that I improve every single time. So I really appreciate you, Mr. Bershawn Clark. Would you like to introduce yourself to the audience?
I could not have said anything like that about myself. So I appreciate you and the opportunity. And I can't wait for them to get a load of you because they're going to be blessed by this.
Oh, thank you so much. And the first episode, we really just wanted to introduce ourselves. Really, he wanted me to introduce myself and some of the resources I plan to provide this season. And he is here to assist and to guide me if I get off track. So let me go ahead and dive right in. I am a trainer. I've been in sales for literally 30 years. I always say I started in sales, knocking on doors at the age of 8, telling people about Jesus. My father is a pastor, and I'm a preacher's kid. And I always thought the formula of sales was those moments where I take my passion to the world and I tell people about it. And yes, sometimes you are rejected, sometimes you are set aside, but there's people waiting to hear what you have to say. And so I really enjoy sales, building relationships, making connections. And that's what I am all about. That's what I'm going to be talking about all season. And I am super, super duperty. Duperty? Is that a word? I don't
It is
know.
now.
But we're gonna.
It
It is
is
now,
now.
you guys. Put it in the book. If you didn't know about the superty duperty, then now you will definitely know about it, and we will continue to go out there and share this talent and sales connections with the world. I'm going to introduce you to my friends. I'm going to introduce you to my colleagues, to my business partners. You are going to meet like the best of the best, the vetted, and everyone doesn't love everyone. Okay. And I know that's out there. That's why I like to bring you a lot of options for resources for your business and who you do business with, where you go to church, what your faith is. I'm going to be bringing you all types of experts. Okay. So let's think about what you need in your business. I'm hoping, I look, all the people I've listed, they better say yes to me to come on my podcast. They better. Okay. Marketing experts. I have branding experts, spiritual coaches, life coaches, planning experts, styling experts, project management experts, insurance experts. I mean, these are all key things you're going to need in your business. I have training sources for business, paid and unpaid opportunities for you to get involved in your community and increase your skill set. I'm one of those people who started my business 2 years ago, and I knew I had a gift in sales and like literally appreciated business development and building relationships. Did not know that being a business owner and entrepreneur is so much more work than just what you're an expert in. It is literally becoming an executive in every aspect of your business and knowing more about your finances, knowing more about your decision making, knowing more about who you are as a leader. So we're also going to have operations specialists, process specialists, emotional intelligence, and leadership specialists. I want to bring you resources for people with disabilities and special needs. Yes, Vershawn, I am dropping nuggets and knowledge on every episode. I'm bringing you personal mortgage and residential housing experts, commercial building experts. I'm bringing you divorce coaches, divorce lawyers, because yes, I had to go through that as well as a business owner. Yes, married and divorced at some point during this whole journey. And I want to make sure that you're ready to deal with your personal life during your business life. Yeah, interject, Vershawn. I
Okay.
see you.
No, I just I've I've had several businesses and I've never thought about the emotional intelligence aspect of it, and I've seen some businesses go under because people just aren't really keyed in to handle what comes along with it, and that's so brilliant to bring that to this format. I would have I never really thought about it till you said it.
Oh, yes. Emotional intelligence, I learned a lot about from my guest. Hopefully, she'll agree to come. She taught me really everything I know about formal education and emotional intelligence. And her name is Carol Gill. And she's a mentor to me. So I doubt she could tell me no. Just saying. And she has really taught me that although I am an emotional being, okay, I have this intuition that comes almost innately and naturally to me. Sometimes to execute my emotional intelligence, I literally must exert effort to think opposite me, which is that more self assured way, or even logical and factualized. And that is not within my natural way. And if we're going to increase our EQ, is what they call it, then we have to take the tools that we know we need to expand and then apply them. And that's when emotional intelligence really comes in, and our emotional quotient goes up because we know how to exert the energy that we need to get outside of our natural way.
Amen.
Is that
And,
deep?
and that's you know what, I know it's gonna get even deeper in a good way. In a
Oh,
good
honey,
way.
I'm gonna take them to church. Okay, so
Ah,
we're gonna go to church. We're gonna go to the synagogue on some services, and some
okay.
of these connections with Jorgie, there may be some inner work that we need to do, but hopefully we're gonna have fun along the way and enjoy the journey.
I guarantee you that we're going to enjoy this journey because I'm excited and I have jobs to do behind the scenes, but I'm excited. I'm glad I get to like watch this back and record it. And yes, because I'm learning so much just from talking to you. And how can anybody say no to you? That's the problem. You keep
That's the
saying
thing. I'm trying to tell them.
there's no to Jorgie. That's just how it is.
No, yes is the answer. Yes. So we are going to also be doing a lot of guests, probably in the second season, where we really dig into Black affairs, networking with the Black community, getting that wealth gap filled, and what that looks like. I have a friend who went from homeless to healed and to a prospering business. Even just this year, served at the Super Bowl. From the homeless to the Super Bowl. So
Wow.
I'm hoping that she will join us. Look, I'm calling her out. When you hear this, that means you're going to be getting an invitation. Uh, Doctor, doctors, we have some really instrumental guests who have taken it on themselves to fill gaps in the community with education, artistry, medical, health, and they built their businesses
Mm-hmm.
by filling gaps in the community where there was nothing, and they literally laid the groundwork and created it.
Why is that so important? I mean, I hear this from successful people all the time, filling the gap, bridging the gap. Why is that mentality, that focus on the gap so important if we're going to be successful?
Well, I would say it's because we the essence to sales and successful sales is being a solution, right? So if you're finding a gap or something where there is no solution and becoming the solution, you have therefore increased your value. And
Mm-hmm.
so what I want is those two CEOs, female CEOs, I might add, to come on the show and talk about how they filled the gaps and why they filled the gaps. And I also believe they're being true to their personal values. And that's another thing that makes them special. If somebody who doesn't have a passion or any kind of desire to fill these gaps goes and tries to fill these gaps, it will not be as authentic.
Okay. The
So,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, so it's about, is this your work to do?
Okay.
You know?
I thought about that when you kept talking about the gaps because the pastor that married my wife and I uh, told me one time, he said every self-made millionaire or billionaire did it in the service industry. And I tried to argue it, and I started thinking, and I went back and I came back to him and I said, you're right. Every one of them performed a service, a need that was filled that sometimes we didn't even know that was a need. And it goes right back to the gap. They filled that gap. They were able to plug that gap and make that bridge to help people. Like you look at Bill Gates. I mean, I know he's going through some stuff right now, but look at what he did. Who knew we needed Windows software? We had
Right.
Mac, and we had DOS. Who knew we needed a Windows-based software? He did.
Yeah.
And you look where it took him. I mean, I look at stories like that all around, and I'm so glad that somebody's really bringing this to light. So again, thank you.
Yeah, and these people are geniuses. I mean, geniuses. Like literally, I had an idea recently, and I was like, man, that would really fill a gap in my life. But I had no idea how to do it, what that would look like, and I'll share it with you just in case we have some of these geniuses listening. I was sitting in traffic, and I was thinking about how drones go up in the air and they fly above and they see everything looking down. And I was thinking, why can't I have my own personal drone that would lift me out of traffic and allow me to fly over all the other cars as an individual to get to my destination? So if you are in the business of creating an individual self propelling drone, for me, I would love to get inside of it and fly above the cars. But you see how some of us have a special set of skills for one thing, but maybe not
Just think though, if somebody creates that drone, because my mind went to work when you said it.
others.
If
Right?
somebody creates that drone, think about how many cars is going to be left on the Howard Franklin Bridge.
Listen, we're just gonna eject. We're gonna pull to the side in the median, and then we're just gonna eject out in through the sunroof and go head up and get home.
And if you don't have a
Get up.
sunroof, just step outside and sit on your hood. It'll come pick you up, right?
Oh, now that is a cool idea. Turning your hood into a helicopter. Hood to helicopter. Boom.
Hoodcopter. I like that. But see, we can't call it hoodcopter because people would take it in a different direction. But I like the concept.
Leave those bikes behind. Anyway, moving right along, we are going to have journaling experts,
Okay.
purpose coaches, taxes, forgiveness coaches. Uh,
What's that?
Forgiveness?
Isn't that like, yeah, what's a forgiveness coach?
Okay, so a forgiveness coach is there to help you through your forgiveness journey. Has anyone ever hurt you in a way that you think that you'll never be able to forgive them, or has stunted your life in such a way that caused you to be stuck where you feel like you can't move forward? Have you been inserted with a bitterness and an angriness or an upsettedness? Because I know that's not a word,
It is now.
that
Go ahead.
that puts you into unforgiveness. Well, the forgiveness coach that I'm bringing to you has literally committed her life journey to forgiveness. And she has walked out the forgiveness journey 5 times, and only she will be able to tell you if she's finally through the forgiveness journey she had to have with her ex-spouse. I'm telling you, it's some good, juicy things that are coming your way.
This is going to be like a soap opera that helps your life.
Yes, it is. It's good because that is actually what my life journey has been, something like a soap opera that is truly a testimony that is going to help other people. And so that's why I like to give freely and abundantly to you, because I want you to grow, be better, be the best you, and live the best life that you could possibly live. I'm going to bring you my pastor, also known as my daddy, Pastor Franks. I'm going to introduce you to some of my top closing clients and friends.
Okay.
Listen, this is going
Okay.
to be the treasure chest is what Vershawn likes to call it. It is going to be the
Yes.
treasure chest of resources that you can use in your business. People who you can connect with. Hopefully, I'll have permission from every single person who comes on my show to share their phone numbers, emails, websites, contact information with you. So if you are trying to increase your social capital, I'm going to be right
I
here
like
next to
that.
you to help you do it.
I like that. Social capital. I like that.
Well, one of my guests that I'm going to be bringing to you, I met him through the Tampa organization of Black Affairs. His name is Gary Hartfield.
Okay.
He's actually been in the Tampa Bay Business Journal talking about this very topic of social capital. And the cohort that I'm in with the Leadership Institute is teaching me about social capital. And it is a thing, guys, that your net worth literally increases your net worth, and social capital and the people that you have in your phones, the contacts and cards that you are collecting can literally increase your worth in the marketplace. And not just your friends of a friends, but actually bringing diversity into your circle. So we're not just talking about, who you grew up with and who they know. We're talking about actually going and seeking diversity into your network.
So should I go ahead and get rid of all the broke people on my phone?
No, absolutely not, because they might
Oh.
have social capital. They might be
Oh.
broke, but they have people. See
Okay.
what I'm
So
saying?
I'm glad I
Because
caught
your
you because I was getting ready to
social.
delete my mom. Okay.
Oh no, 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 no! You can never delete mama, because the thing about it is social capital really goes back into, um, you know, the relationships that you have. And sometimes, and I have a relationship. Let me tell y'all about this relationship that gives to me abundantly, where I never have a want or need. Literally, the favor that I get from the relationship sometimes is much better than any green money that I can get. And that's my relationship with God.
Mm-hmm.
And I can tell you right now, the capital that I bring socially, just because of the confidence I have in my creator, listen, it is something that will give to me in abundancy. So I just want to encourage you to be on that, be there when I introduce my connection to you on social capital, because it will blow your mind.
I'm excited. I forgot what episode that is, but I'm excited. I'm sitting here going, can we record that one first and just air it when it's
Right?
supposed to air? Because listen, I'm looking at the list that we came up with of all these different the shows for season 1 and season 2, and I'm like, this is life changing. This really is life changing. If our viewers commit to watching, adapting, or adopting, so they can adapt and then improve and grow, this really can be life changing for anybody in any industry. I really like what you're doing here.
Listen, since I've been talking to you, and this is why I always try to get you on camera with me, is because I've already come up with some more ideas. Like, I have a client who is a closer. Listen, there is a difference between being a sales professional and
Yeah,
being a closer. Like,
huge.
literally, if he talks, it's going to happen. And when he says, you need this, it means because you're going to get this. It's a very different confidence when you speak declarative instead of suggestive.
Mm-hmm.
And he is the closer who declares it, decrees it, is going to happen, right? So I'm going to bring him on. While I was sitting here looking at my skin and how radiant it was, I was
It
like,
is.
you know what? Thank you, Rashawn. Thank you so much. I was thinking that my esthetician needs to come on here and talk to us about our pores, because it's something about connecting with someone who has beautiful skin, and how do we take care of our skin, and how do we look good on our photos. And so then that brought in the fact that I need to bring you my photographers. I have a photographer who also teaches me makeup, because like I'm really working on filling in my eyebrows, because that's, a key area in a woman's face. And then also my videographers and photographer. I have three photographers and then two videographers right now, but I'm gonna bring those people to you so that you can get connected.
Now you got me checking out my eyebrows. I guess
Your
they're okay.
eyebrows. Do you comb them? Do you use the brush for the
No.
eyebrows? You should. I mean, they look good even without the brush. Do you do like the little eye thing, or like?
Uh-uh.
Ugh.
That's the way God put them on there. I don't.
Okay.
You
Well, they
should see.
look
You
nice.
should see my daughter. My daughter has like the prettiest eyes and eyelashes and eyebrows. It's like when she was born, she looked like an Asian doll, literally. And
Aww.
like I'm looking at these eyes. It's gonna sound so crazy. Her mom didn't even realize that she has the same eyes as my daughter. Like my wife and my daughter have these same eyes. My wife always hides them with either glasses or she looks away. But I was like, look, you have these same beautiful eyes you keep saying that our daughter has. And
Aww.
it's just natural. I mean, I look at my daughter's skin when you were talking about beautiful skin, and I'm like, man, did I at some point in my life have skin like this? 'Cause it's just
Listen, I tell you what, it's something about our children and their eyes and the beauty. And sometimes we see the beauty in others, but we don't actually see the beauty in ourselves. So I hope that she like really received what you had to say and is going to really take that and run with it, because you can play up your eyes. And my makeup artist is gonna maybe show her. Maybe we can have her as a guest, and we could do like a makeover or something. That'd be fun.
I better start working on it now because
Yeah, let me check. I'm gonna actually check my
she
calendar.
she don't do video. So,
Oh,
but we'll work. We're gonna pray on this thing, and
you
we're gonna
said
work
you
on it.
you did say you were gonna bring her to the event that I invited you
Yes,
to, right? Oh yeah,
yes,
so she's gonna start doing video. You'll
yes.
see.
Uh oh.
So
At least
don't
at
tell her.
least it's
Don't tell her
not by
now.
my hand, right? At least somebody else is doing this. I'm good.
So when I'm thinking about who I want to introduce to everyone,
Uh-huh.
it's the people who have impacted my life and my business or my community in some way. And now it's time to share them with you. So,
Yes.
Sales Connections with Jorgie is a space where we can get to know each other deeper and differently. And if there's any special questions or type of people you want me to bring on to my show, my podcast, please let me know. And I'm pretty sure I probably know them. And I would love to introduce them to you. And I'm really looking to vet new, exciting industries that I wouldn't mind bringing on my show. Like recently, I was introduced to a trademark and copyright attorney.
Mm-hmm. That's
I'm
so
looking for
important.
a,
That is
right?
so important.
Oh my gosh. And we went live, and I haven't released that live yet, but he is actually going to be one of my guests probably in the second or third season, because Vershawn, I'm like up to like 33 now, 33 different episodes that I want to have. And then I want to yay! And then I want to introduce you to I want to introduce you to a patent attorney, but I actually don't know one yet.
I
So
do.
if you know a patent attorney.
I do. He was in a wedding I was in several years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't realize because I've always come from the school of learn it and do it yourself, and that's not always the best way. But I met him, and he was the nicest guy. Dan. He lives in Boston, from Ohio. Lives in
Okay.
Boston, and I will reach out to him, and it's a I didn't realize how big that business was. It's
Okay.
huge. It's huge. If I had known that,
Love
that's what I
it.
would have gone to school for.
Oh yeah. And then you still can. Do you really believe that you're gifted for patents law?
No, it's just something I have an interest in.
I'm interested in it too because what I didn't understand about patents are in order to practice that law, you have to take an additional certification to the bar. And then you also have to have a degree in engineering.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you have some type of innovation and you have a patent or many patents, then you will have to be able to debate that as an attorney and defend the patent in a court of law. So I am intrigued by that whole entire thing now. And these are things that you don't really learn until you are an entrepreneur or a business owner, unless your parents were just, talking to this. And that's more of an affluent dinner table
Mm-hmm.
where you learn all these things. You learn all the tricks of chambers and leads groups and business that some of us just weren't gifted with. But guess what, baby? Jorgie is going to gift you with
Yes.
some of the tips and the tricks
Yes.
every single time one of these podcasts or how do I say it, Rashawn?
You said
A
it, podcast.
podcast. But if it's a visual, is this a podcast? Like the
This is a
visual part of it?
yes. The visual part is a podcast as well.
Okay, so when the visual or audio podcast
Or you can call it
releases,
a web series or a
okay, web
broadcast.
series.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Ooh, I'm so excited.
It's
And
called
then,
Sales Connections with Jorgie because she's going to take you guys to the next level. Trust me.
yes, yes, time to level up. And I might even learn the level up dance. I don't know. I don't have a dancer in my Rolodex. So if you know somebody who is a choreographer who can help me with my level up,
Got you.
me and my Sierra can come emerge on screen. So I'm very excited about that as well.
When you mention patents, and I'm not going to go. Oh, I'm looking at this. Okay. Really quick. Met somebody when I worked at I won't say the organization, but one of my last jobs I had, corporate jobs, and they were talking about that their brother was a multimillionaire, and I'm like, oh, cool. I prided myself on researching people who were in that element in this country.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea that it was because he was a pharmacist and had patents on several different drugs that were absorbed into other drugs.
Oh,
And yeah, and he was a like 8-figure person
wow.
because of his patents, not because of his job, his work, or his job. She said he stopped working. He doesn't do anything now. He just he gets royalty checks from
He just
patents.
gets paid. All he does is sit back and get paid.
All they do
Ugh,
is win, win, win. Yeah,
no
exactly.
matter what.
I am so
Yeah.
excited. I am so excited. I really, really am excited. I was excited before this broadcast, but Jorgie, you got me sold on this, and I can't wait.
Yay.
I can't wait. I'm gonna shut up so you can do whatever you want to do. Closing out, letting people know how to find you on social media. We're going to have more information on the screen as weeks go through. She's inspired me to put a whiteboard on the bottom. So as information pops up, you guys can write it down. I am just really excited. I'm going to be quiet right now because I need to calm down.
Okay, well, I really appreciate you bringing the energy, and I really appreciate for all of you who tuned in today. I know usually it's good if I can get 3 minutes of attention out of people, but I'm hoping you'll give me 30 and really make this a part of your schedule, a part of your day, a part of your life, and we can do life together. I really want your ideas. I want you to share with me, your thoughts, ways I can improve, because if anybody knows me, attention to detail isn't exactly my number one skill set. So if you see anything that you think is a constructive advice, please email me hello@jorgieinc.com. That's JORGIEINC.com. Yes.
Keep going, keep on. I was just showing people how to spell it. It's right above me.
Oh, okay. Thank you. And then you can call me or text me at 813-239-4681. And yeah, it's just, this is the beginning, and I can't wait to talk to you more.
And as Jorgie just said, let's do life together.